Hello, what's up, guys? My name is Femi, Greater Heights, and welcome to Talk Tech. In my previous episode, which was divided into two parts, I talked extensively on how to use Google Chats on mobile, and I did say I was going to talk about it on web. You've found out how it works on mobile. Now let's delve into how it works on your PC browser. Now, there are a few things I want you to take note of. Number one is PWA, Progressive Web Apps, and I'm going to still come to that. But first, you would get the best of experience if you are using Google Chats on Chrome. I'm not saying other browsers do not work. Now, other browsers work across Windows OS, Linux OS, Mac OS, and Chrome OS as well. But I would tell you guys how you'll get that best experience. So, if you want to use Google Chats on web, you are the type that you do not always take your mobile phones with you wherever you go to. Now, you just have to open a browser and you type chats.google.com. Now, this has been redirected by Google, so you are not going to have this on your URL eventually after you click on enter. So let me click on enter. You'll discover that Google actually redirects that from chats.google.com, and it is redirected to mail.google.com. Now, the reason for this is because chat is an integral part of your Gmail experience. So if you check the mobile, there is a chat, there is meets, and there is rooms, and even tasks and calendars all embedded into your Gmail app. So the same way, it makes sense that Google would want to redirect to mail.google.com/chats. Now, when you get on the platform, you'll be greeted with this simple screen. It is possible you get a welcome screen that tells you, oh, are you coming from Hangouts? If you're coming from Hangouts, learn more. And if you're ready, let's get started. Now, on the top, this is the hamburger sign or the hamburger icon. See what happens when this is activated, or when the menu is deactivated. You have this chats bar. Now, this is really obscuring my view. And what if I want this to collapse inward? I will just tap the main menu once. When I click on it once, you can notice the menu collapses inward, and the only time it shows is if I hover on this menu, it pops out. When I hover out, it pops in. So if you do not want that, if you want it fixed on your screen, you click on the menu bar again. So this is already fixed. So let me go back to that. Now, no conversation selected is because when you come on board, it doesn't show an initial conversation until you click one. I think this makes sense because it keeps privacy. I might have somebody beside me and just opening my chats, and it goes on to be on a particular chat. So this does not look good to me. So I actually like this. I do not know if this will be reverted eventually in the future. So let us run through. On the top, we have the icon, the chats logo, and we have chat, and we have search in chat rooms. Now let me explain. When I hover on this and I click on a single chat, it opens up a chat that I have with someone. Now, this is because I have initiated this chat on my Google chat on mobile. So whatever you are doing on mobile would also reflect here. It's more like continuity. You don't want to leave your mobile and come to web and you have to start chatting all over again. So it's more like in continuum if you are coming from mobile. So you drop your mobile phone in the office, you pick up your laptop, and you continue conversations. Now, I have selected one chat. Remember, all the chats are coming from invitations. So if you want somebody to come on a particular chat, all you need to do is to click on Start Chat, and you start a conversation, a group conversation, or a room, or you browse an existing room, or you message a request. So you can actually search per email address, and you can invite someone to a particular chat. So it is not something that is by phone numbers, unlike WhatsApp. This is by email. Now the search in chat rooms, I'm going to tell you how it works. So I'm just going to type hello and click on enter. Now this searches all the chats, including the privates, as a single chat, and it also searches the group chat as well, or the rooms. Now it looks for the keyword hello and pops up every chat that I have hello. So when I click on that, it takes me straight to that hello in the particular chat, and it highlights it in this dark gray area. So I have talked about how to chat, how to create rooms on mobile, and how to do all of this while on mobile. The same thing stands in web, but it is just the difference in interface that matters. So I have created this room. If you checked my previous video, you find out that I have a room called Tech Roomies, and below here you have Meet. So you can initiate a Meet, and if for example you want to go on a Meet, you want to start up a new meeting, all you need to do is to click on this small play or drop down arrow, and you can either create a new meeting or you join an existing meeting. Now let me move over to the top right hand corner. We have away, and we have, when you click on the drop down, we have automatic based on activity, do not disturb, set as away, and add a status. So I'm going to start from the top. If I set it to automatic, it means that for every time I come on the chat, it shows that I am active, it shows that I am online. But when I click on do not disturb, it gives me duration. Do I want not to be disturbed in 30 minutes? This is based on notification anyway. So when I click on 30 minutes, it starts calculating from right now. My time is 11:15. Then you add 30 minutes to it. It gives you around, maybe I think, a 3-minute deduction before that actual time. Now it tells you when you would start receiving notifications. Now the third option is set as away. Now set as away means that any chats that comes in, the notifications tells that you are away, you're not active. So the person that is about to send a chat to you or about to check your profile will see that you are not active. Now the last option is add a status. Now you will already see this beforehand, where you can set templates that has been given. It's similar to SMS. If someone is calling you and your phone gives you the opportunity or the option of sending I am in a meeting now, or talk to you later, or something like that. So this is almost how this works. You can select some templates here, which means be right back, commuting means I'm moving, out sick means I'm not feeling too well, and vacationing. Now note, all of these have template times to them. So be right back means, oh, it's just very short, so it is 30 minutes. Commuting means no matter how bad it is, I should be able to get to where I'm getting to in 1 hour. And out sick means the entire day, I'm taking the entire day to rest. Vacation could be this entire week or this entire month. But if what you're looking for is not here, you can always type yours and say, for example, I can say gaming. When I say gaming, I should be able to give it the time that it should clear afterwards. So after 30 minutes, it goes back to automatic, which is usually the default if you have not done anything to it. So when I set 30 minutes, I can always set done. So it starts counting to 30 minutes. If you notice here, it is saying status updated below the bottom left hand corner. So sorry about that. Now when you come down here, you notice gaming has been added to your template or your notification panel. You can go back to based on activity. Then notice gaming is still here. You have to uncheck gaming. You have to say that it is done because it is still seeing gaming as active. So I have to click on it and I have to say custom. Then maybe you reduce the time or you change another time, then or you click on this cancel button here just to cancel, then click on done. So when I go back to this panel, you notice gaming is no longer here. Now, chat notification settings, we've seen an excerpt of this before. Now we have allow chat notifications. You must enable desktop notifications on your browser to see them. I'll talk about this when I'm talking about PWA, Progressive Web Apps. Now, this notification sound means that there are different sounds to your notification, so you're not stuck with some pre-built sounds that you do not have a lot of options. So you have loads of options to pick from if anyone suits your fancy. Now, email notification means that each time I receive a chat, I should be emailed, but there are just two options. One to turn it off and one for only when I am being mentioned in the chats. For example, if someone wants to get my attention, you can just add my name. It could be at Gracie, it could be at Joseph, it could be at John, and that notification will be sent to my email if you have this activated. Now you can also see blocked accounts. You can see blocked rooms, that is individual and based on a room, and smart reply. I have already explained this. We've seen smart reply, how it works on Gmail before now, if you've been using Gmail for a long time now. Now, what other things can we see on the screen? Now we see some icons here, which I've already explained. I've explained the menu, I've explained the search bar, and you can add people to a chat. We've already talked about that in our previous video. And you can click on settings. Settings also opens the same thing when you click on this bar. So chat notification settings opens the same panel as when you click on this gear icon here. Now this multiple dots or gray dots is showing you all the apps that Google owns under the Google Workspace, and you can make good use of them. Now the use case scenario of this is if I was chatting with someone and the person wants me to reference a video from YouTube, I can from here jump onto YouTube because this will open in a new tab. I do not have to click on a new tab then try to enter www.google.com. That would waste a lot of time. So from here I can jump to maps, I can jump to news, I can jump to Chrome, I can jump to docs. Now Chrome is here because they know that you may be using a browser that is not Chrome, so you can jump from here to Chrome. Then also, if you notice, Hangout is still here. I believe Google may rebrand Hangout or leave it as a different functionality inside of the Gmail web, or like this chat web is a standalone feature. Then we also have Classroom, and in case you want to listen to a podcast while you're chatting, you can always listen to a podcast. You can enjoy the both words, you can enjoy the chats, you can also enjoy your favorite podcast. Now what else can we see? We see some quick icons here, and number one is calendar, number two is keep. Keep is similar to notes. I've been using that for the past 6 or 7 years now. And we have task. Now this task is different from the task inside of a room. Now this task means that it is my personal task for my own daily life. It has nothing to do with a room. It has nothing to do with chats on its own. It is just my personal life. The things I want to do for the, maybe my to-do list for the day, for the month, for the year, they appear here. So it's easy for me to see them. Now, this does not appear in my chat. So all these things that I clicked here, these short icons, do not appear in my chat. If I want task in the chat, it has to be in a room. So for example, let me click on this room that's been created, the For Now Tech Roomies. So when I open that, you notice there is add people, share file, and assign task. So this task is different from that task. That other task that I talked about before now is my personal task that has nothing to do with chat. But this assigned task is inside of a room. So I can assign a particular task and assign a person to that task. For example, this one has been created, and there's a name of the task, there's a description, there's a time frame, the date and the time, and you assign it to someone. So if that person is done, they just click on the completed task, and this gives you a notification that that person has completed the task. You can always delete a task that you have created. It gives you this notification for you to be sure that you want to actually delete and delete. So that is the difference between this chat and the my personal lifestyle chats. Now, if you notice, I am having these twitchy eyes because I am using widescreen. What if I want to enjoy the dark screen? I have gone through Firefox, because this browser is actually Firefox, and I have not been able to see anything or any extension that works in Pages, not in the container of Firefox. So if you guys have found out one, you can always drop it on the comment section. So I'm just going to switch to Chrome and tell you the good stuff from it. So now this is Chrome. I have opened Chrome and I want to check chats in Chrome. So I'm just going to do chats.google.com, and when I open my chats, there are different options here for me to explore. Now, the reason this is really cool for me is because Google owns Chrome and they also own chat. So there will be an advantage that Chrome has over other browsers. Now, it's saying missing message notifications. I would say chat needs permission to send notifications. Now, this did not give me this button when I was on Firefox. It could be a difference of permission settings. I may not be totally correct on that, but I can say continue. When I say continue, I have to allow it to show notifications. So what this means is that even if I am not on the chat tab, I would always get notification that I have received a chat. So I do not need to be on this particular chat to be able to see the notifications. Now you also have to be careful, because when you're with someone or you're in an open space, you have to be careful to know which notifications you do not want popping up on your screen directly for people to see. Now, I was talking about Google being able to show me dark theme. Now, if you go to Google Chrome settings, I'm just going to go to these three vertical dots. Then I click on more tools, then I click on extensions, then I click on this menu bar that has extensions here. Then I click to open Chrome web store. Now when I click that, you can simply search for Google chat themes to find a theme, a dark theme that works for Google Chat. So I can click on the first one by Upman16 and I can add it to Chrome. It's going to give you some dialogues you have to add to that. When you're done, it's going to tell you when it is done. So it is telling me now that it is done. So I just have to go to chats and I have to find a way to activate this chat. So you've already install the dark theme. All you need to do is to activate it. So you come to these three vertical dots and I click on extensions and I click on enable. Now when I enable this and I go back to chats, now when I go back to chat, you notice it's still white. All I need to do is to refresh or to reload this page. So when I do that, let me sure that I actually got that. Okay, so it's loading. So it is giving me a dark theme for Google Chat. So that is how to activate the dark theme. Now this is not all what I want it to be. This is not the kind of dark. It's giving me more like a Twitter blend kind of dark. But then that's fine by me. Then finally, the thing that you need to know is that for you not to be accessing the web all the time, there is something called PWA. PWA means Progressive Web App. Like PWA means you have the ability to run an app without having to install that particular app. So I was actually going to look for the definition for you guys to know. A progressive web application is a type of application software delivered through the web built using common web technology. So you do not have to install it. All it needs to do is it copies a version of itself, or it takes a version of itself and just gives you a direct access to the main application. So you do not have to install it in full. So to get that up and running, if you do not have this message here to try the chat on desktop, if you did not get this when you just came to Chrome for the first time, when you're in your chat already, you can click on this three vertical dots like the way where I clicked it before, and you're going to see install Google Chat. So when you click on install Google Chat, it's going to install for you. Then it is now running as a progressive web app. So you see, it is more like it's a detached feature. So this can run on your desktop. You can see it is on my desktop, and there is no fear, there is nothing. So you can always have that pinned to your desktop. So I can pin this down, I can pin to my desktop. Let me be sure it has pinned. Then I can close this, and when I close that, when I click on the icon again, it opens Google Chat directly. Note I do not have to log on to a browser again. So that is how Progressive Web App works. It installed the lighter version of this, so it is not bulky. It just gives me direct access back to my chats. So that is how to use and navigate and operate the Google Chat. Please do not forget to hit the subscribe button and smash the notification bell, leave a like, and also drop a comment. Your feedback is really important to this channel since the channel is still growing. Thank you very much. My name is Femi Greater Heights, and I see you guys in the next video.